Last week, I told you that momentum was about to meet month 2. Well, I wasn't ready for what month 2 actually felt like, because for the first time in this entire fitness journey, my body didn't fight me on a single workout. And honestly, I didn't know how to react to it. Hey guys, it's Rose here. Welcome back to the channel. So this is week 5, the first official week of month 2 of me doing this 90-day fitness reset, doing beginner military calisthenic. And if you've been following along, you'll know that week 4 was the first time everything clicked. I stopped fighting my body and started trusting it. This week, week 5 is different. So first, let's talk about the workout. This week for upper body, I did 4 rounds each of incline push-ups, negative push-ups, tricep dips, and that's 10 reps each. I also did Superman pulls and reverse no angels, 12 reps each, again 4 rounds, and also 4 rounds of 45-second plank. For the lower body workout, I also did 4 rounds of squats, reverse lunges, glute bridges, high crunches, as well as a wall sit. And for those, I did 12 to 15 reps each, except for the wall sit, which I did 45 seconds, and that's 4 times. Of course, for the core body workout, I continued with dead bugs and bird dogs, 4 rounds each, that's 10 to 15 reps. And cardio recovery, I'm still doing the 45-minute walk, which is 3.5 miles, and then on one of the days, 30-minute walk around my neighborhood. But here's where week 5 took a turn that I didn't expect. Going into month 2, I thought the hardest part was behind me. After all, I built the habit, I got my routine down. Now it's just about adding reps, maybe doing another round and pushing harder. But that's not what happened. What happened was the workout stopped feeling like it's something that I had to survive. And that threw me off because for the past several weeks, I felt like I had to keep fighting to continue to push harder. I've been motivating myself with this narrative to continue to push through, that it's hard, it's a struggle, but that I needed to show up and continue to show up anyway. And then suddenly, it wasn't that hard anymore. And I didn't know what to do with that. I know that sounds crazy. Like, right, isn't that what we're supposed to do? Isn't that what our goal is? What we're trying to achieve? But the thing is, when your body is so used to being in this fight or flight mode, or especially when you're in the season that I'm in, mid-40s, when your body feels like it's always fighting against you, you honestly just get used to fighting it. You build your whole identity around the fight, and when it starts easing up, it's almost as if it's hard to trust it. So I did something I've never done before in this fitness journey. I had to step back and reassess what was going on. And I had to ask myself, what if this is how it feels like when your body finally trusts you back? Because think about it, for weeks, I was asking my body to do things that it hasn't done in years. I haven't done military calisthenics ever. And so I was not used to doing those types of workouts. In a way, it was a shock for my body when I first started it, and maybe that's why I struggled from the start. Like, I was so tired, I was so sore the next day doing simple repetitions because my body wasn't used to it. And again, doing military calisthenics from home, no fancy equipment, and so my body reacted as if, whoa, what are you doing? What are you trying to put me through? And like I said, I was so sore, I was so tired because I felt like my body was fighting me back. But then I kept showing up. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and now we're in week 5. And for the first time, my body is finally saying, okay, I guess you're not going away. I guess I have to adapt to this new exercise or this new movement. All right, let's do it. And that shift from fighting into adapting, I can feel like my muscle memory was finally starting to wake up. That was the shift and the milestone for the beginning of month 2. The fact that I stopped bracing for impact and started flowing. I mean, my body stopped treating every workout as a threat and started treating it like practice. With that, I want to start documenting my progress in a form of a scorecard. So for week 5, starting with my energy, I would score this an 8 out of 10. I definitely had more energy doing each of the workouts starting from the very first day of the week. Strength, I would say that's also 8 out of 10. Although there are still exercises that I struggle with, but I just continue to push through it because consistency, as you all know, the more we do it, the better we'll get. Recovery wise, I would score this a 7 out of 10. I do notice that my body bounces back a lot faster compared to, oh my gosh, like I think week 1 where I struggled and it took me a few days to bounce back. But this week, the next day, yes, I'm sore, but I still have the energy and the strength to complete the workout set for that day. And then in regards to motivation, I would score this a 6 out of 10. There are days, I'm not gonna lie, that motivation is really just not there. But I know it's one of those that I just have to complete, so I continue to show up. And then lastly, consistency. I would say that's 10 out of 10. Because as I said, even though there are days where I feel less motivated to do anything, my goal is to continue to show up and keep the momentum going, even when motivation is low. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters, is keeping that momentum and keeping the consistency going. Of course, I can't forget this. Every 2 weeks, I want to provide you guys an update. So I'm sharing my week 5 measurements here versus week 0 to see where I came from. So slight decrease on some of the measurement, but still going in the right direction. So if you're on your own fitness journey, whether, military calisthenics or walking, biking, yoga, whatever your rebuild looks like, I want you to pay attention to the moment the fight eases up, because that's not a fluke. That's your body slowly adapting and learning to trust you. The muscle memory waking up. And if you're not there yet, that's okay, because it took me 5 weeks. So comment below and let me know if you're in the fight phase or the flow phase. Comment fight or flow so I know where you are, because I want this to be a place where Gen X can see what progress actually looks like in real time. Next week, I will be back with week 6 update, and we'll talk about what happens when you stop measuring progress by how sore you are and start measuring it by how you feel between workouts, because that's where the real data is. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. And if you missed week 4, you can watch it right here.